Danny and Dinosaur liked to have fun. Some days they had lots, some days they had none. One day they were bored. They had no games to play. Danny said,
Alphabet.
And Dinosaur said,
Let's go to space.
You mustn't forget to have your lunch.
said their puppy.
You must have lots of food in your tummy to have fun.
So they packed a packed lunch for the Science Museum, where rockets were kept if you wanted to see them. There were hundreds of rockets and spaceship surprises, tall ones and small ones of all shapes and sizes, and one that was ready to launch with a door big enough for a boy and his pet dinosaur. They ignored all the warnings. They couldn't care less. They pressed all the things they shouldn't have pressed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! They flew higher than houses and buildings and cranes, much higher than birds, even higher than planes. Danny yelled as they floated around, but the dinosaur's tummy made a rumbling sound. I guess it's time for lunch. Danny looked at his watch. Then he looked all around for the dino's lunchbox. Danny started to worry. Then he started to panic. They left their packed lunches back home at the planet. Wow! So with no food on board, not the smallest of crumbs, a disastrous dinosaur feast had begun. It chewed and it chomped on the spaceship controls. The rocket was dotted with tiny tooth holes. Inside it was bare. The spaceship was empty. Outside there were more things to eat like an alien. Now nothing was left. All Danny could see was a fat dinosaur where the rocket should be. And so they were stranded with no way back home. Just Danny and Dino in space all alone. Now Danny was crying. He cried and he cried. He cried and his tears filled his spacesuit inside. Unless they were going to stay there forever, the dinosaur needed to do something clever. To get them back home, dinosaur needed to... Like a poop-powered rocket, the dinosaur flew. Danny hopped on its back and he watched as it pooped. It pooped out the robots and ray guns and blinkers, the things NASA's thinkers thought were up now as stinkers. It pooped everything it ate. And then, when Danny looked back, he could see a poop trail from far out in space to the dinosaur's tail. They headed for Earth and they started to orbit. It pooped on the clouds, but the clouds just absorbed it. They flew past the buildings and streets of their town, leaving the houses all smelly and brown, and finally landed back home on the ground. Hooray! Danny cried. We're home, safe and sound! To the sky, and the things that were put had formed a poop planet right next to the moon. So Danny promised to listen to Papi, because fun is not fun without food for your tummy.
Bob, you can.
The end.